You know Che Guevara? So he didn't even wear underwear because he said that it was a form of oppression.
Well, it seems like my childhood. When I was young, I didn't used to wear underwear as well. I don't. Till now, I sometimes don't. You feel free when
You
you
feel
don't wear
free.
underwear. There is some
I,
kind of a freedom. There's some kind of a freedom.
where did we stop last time? I know we stopped at something important last time.
I don't know. Oh,
Um,
maybe Communist Party of Mexico. I think that's
oh yeah, we were talking about this guy that you told me
is the
R
founder of Communist
mhm.
Party of Mexico.
What R and something R
M. N. Roy.
oh R an R. There was an R there.
M.
M and Roy.
N. Roy. Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
what's
that's
the
the
story?
guy.
Like he just came to Mexico to say, you know what, I'm gonna be
No,
a
no, no,
communist. Like,
no, no. He was like, I think he was born in some 1890, 1885, and then he was revolutionary when he was a kid. Since he was a kid, he was a revolutionary. He used to read, newspaper articles written by revolutionaries, and he was son of a priest. And then he created a small group with his friends and his cousins, and he used to mobilize Indian people that, yeah, we need to create a revolution against this Britishers' oppressed regime. And then he went to jail sometimes as well. And then in 1914, World War One happened, and he thought, enemy of the enemy is a friend. That why not we get help from Germans and get independence for India. So he somehow contacted Germans, and then they said that, okay, we are sending some arms and some money to you guys. Why don't you pick it up near from Indonesia? So he went to Java or Kawa, I don't know how to pronounce it, somewhere in Indonesia. So some communication lag happened, and he lost it. He lost the arms and everything. So he said that why not I personally visit Germany and then get arms and whatever resources I want. So he went to Japan, then Korea, then US. Then in US he got to know that, oh, now US is supporting UK, so I'm in danger in US as well, because US is supporting UK. So
mhm.
and I am against UK. So then he met his first wife in US, and then, yeah, in California,
Indian
and then
also.
they no, she was, I think, US citizen. Her name is Evelyn. They got married over there.
Hmm.
Then he moved to New York. From New York, he moved to Mexico. And when he was in Mexico, he met then President of Mexico.
Hmm.
And he was
19 what?
1917, I think. 1917.
1917.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And now Mexican president was impressed by him. He said that, why don't you write in our newspaper column? So he said that, all right, I'll do it. And then there he was impressed by communist thoughts because Bolshevik revolution started in Russia. So he was like, oh, there is a new guy now, Lenin, and he is creating this revolution now.
Exactly.
All right. And then he started supporting communism, and he started a political party, Socialist Party, which later became Communist Party of Mexico, first first communist party other than Russia all over the world. There is no communist party then except from Russia, neither in China, neither in India, neither
Uh-huh.
anywhere, neither in Cuba
Um,
or any other country. So
wow. I'm Googling the
uh,
party right now. Does he ever go back to India? Does he die in India?
Yeah. So now, when he started this political party, now
Mhm.
Lenin was impressed by him that, okay, without our support, he started a political party. So he asked him to join him, to have some kind of a political position in his
Mhm.
regime. So, so he went and met Lenin.
Ah. Well, you know,
Interesting.
my mom, I recently saw this book in my mom's bookshelf
Hmm.
about Lenin. Lenin
Hmm.
and someone else. Because my mother, when she was younger, she visited Cuba,
Yeah.
and of course, like communist at its finest. And so
Uh,
they had so much literature about Lenin, and some of his ideas are not that bad. Like, what started the Bolshevik Revolution, I think I applauded the Bolshevik Revolution. I think the empire was the worst thing that happened in
yeah.
Russia. People were suffering so much. And
Yeah.
I think Lenin had great ideas for what was coming. Of course, the Soviet Union is another story,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I was having a lesson, like a group lesson with people from different parts of the world. Among them, there was a girl from China and then a guy from Brazil. And then the guy from Brazil was like, no, I think, the best country is China because they have a lot of rules and everybody, knows exactly what to do. And then the girl was like, yeah, that's so true. We have a lot of rules. There is a lot of order, but there's a lot of restrictions as well. And so
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the thing with
That's the
that.
thing. That's the thing. That's what people say, no, that communism as an idea seems really great, but
Mhm,
they haven't implemented a very good example for it. For example,
yeah.
Lenin was the first ruler, you can say, and then they lost the plot because when he died in 1924, Stalin became the ruler, and Stalin started to get rid of his all the opponent, and one of them was Aman Roy himself. He sends him in China, and then he told him that, okay, be there, otherwise, what's gonna happen. And then he had to come to
Yeah.
India, and then Britishers catch Aman Roy
Cat
and throw him in the 5 years of jail.
wow. But I mean, eventually he dies successful, I want to think, right?
Aman Roy, well, that, I don't know. I don't know whether you can call it successful or not, but I would say that he died in a independent India. That's the first thing.
Mhm,
Second thing is I met a member of Communist Party of India in Delhi. So he
mhm.
told me that if you are a communist, either you die communist, or if you leave that ideology, you always try to find what is your ideology rest of your life,
Yeah.
because you get confused. Like, okay, oh, what am I? What am I? What am I? This is like philosophical thought. Oh my God, I abandoned that philosophical thought. But now what am I? So that's happened with Aman Roy as well. When he came back to
Mhm,
India, he supported Congress Party, which was the
mhm.
biggest party at that point of time. He supported other political thoughts. He came up with his own thought, radical humanism. So yeah, that's what happened to him. He wrote
Mm,
a lot. Yeah.
I see. Wow, that's quite interesting. I don't think I've met like real people who know about much about communism. Like I met once this co-worker. And let me tell you, he was just like straight up weird. I mean, he was like very pleasant to speak to, but he had this ideas of like freedom and communism and Che Guevara. Have you heard about Che
Yeah,
Guevara?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like Che Guevara. He didn't even wear underwear. Like he wouldn't use underwear because he said that it was a form of oppression.
Well, it seems like my childhood. In When I was young, I didn't used to wear underwear as well. I don't. Till now, I sometimes don't. You feel free. when you
You're
don't
not
wear
free.
underwear. Well, there is some
I
kind of a freedom. There's some kind of a freedom. I agree with him on this.
Well, anyway, he had that same thing. He was like, no, it's like oppression and we should be free. And I think if we lived in another society, he would walk around naked. I honestly believe that, right?
Who knows?
So,
There's this Indian movie now of Amir Khan, PK. Have you seen it?
PK, I think I saw the trailer on his Instagram.
Yeah,
PK. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
PK.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I think I did see the trailer. Oh, it's that girl from Drive Nibana Di Jyoti, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
same
yeah,
girl
yeah,
from
yeah.
Drive Nibana Di
So,
Jyoti. What's the movie
yeah, this
about?
is like this is the movie of outside point of view of society and religion.
Oh, really?
Outside view.
Wow, that's nice. Speaking of,
It's
what do you
amazing.
think?
It's a amazing movie. Amazing movie. Must watch.
PK. They
Yeah,
have it on Netflix, so I would definitely take a look at that. Very quickly, did you ever see this movie by Saif Ali Khan? You know, he's producing a lot of his own movies. You know, he
yeah,
did Love Ajkal, and then
yeah,
they're more like modern. He did one that it's
yeah.
called Cocktail, I think.
Yeah, I have seen that movie. I've seen that
What do
movie.
you, is it good? I saw the trailer and I thought it looked interesting.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm not gonna say it is the best movie ever done by Saf, but I would say it's interesting movie. It's
Mm-hmm,
another modern take. It's kind of a
mm-hmm,
modern kind of a movie, but
mm-hmm,
with some cliches. So it's
mm-hmm.
interesting with some Bollywood touch into it. So yeah.
That's some Bollywood touch. All right, I see. I see. Yeah, because I did sounds like, oh, this looks interesting. Like I would love to see it. But I think it was more modern, like him, like sleeping with other people, and I was like, what?
And
This,
Saf is doing what he's at best. Yeah, he looks good with that. Our time is up.